afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. We're back with the REDMAGIC COD Mobile Clash, bringing you guys the final day of action in our $4,000 4v4 tournament, and brought to you, obviously, by REDMAGIC. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Excited for the action today. We got 3 more matches ahead of us, and they're definitely looking like promising ones. Obviously, the remaining teams are the best of the best, as we've had 2 days to whittle down the competition. First matchup of the day is going to be our winners bracket finals, and that is going to be Team Parka up against Team Aerith. So we actually did not get to see either of these teams play yesterday. It was all lower bracket action. But both of them look extremely solid yesterday. Obviously, Aerith has been putting in a decent amount of time practicing on the REDMAGIC. And on top of that, you got Tectonic, one of the best players in North America right now. You got Zai and Wiru, the dynamic duo, who, even though they're not on the same team right now, definitely have a lot of experience playing together, and it has absolutely shown in the way that they've been able to perform. Then on the other side of the things, you do have Team Parka, which includes Marshy, obviously a Stage 5 champion, Jesus Saves You, who is a top sniper in North America, and Danny L Gaming came in as a dark horse, but has definitely lived up to the hype day going into this matchup to give the edge to either one of these teams.
That is really difficult to say. I mean, I've been on the Team Aerith hype train pretty much the whole time, and I don't think that's a shock to anyone. I've been very vocal that I think that roster is the strongest and potentially most likely to win the whole event. Obviously, you look at the likes of Team Parka, and you've got Stage 5 champion. You've got, as you mentioned, kind of the dark horse Danielle Gaming, where not a lot of people knew what to expect, but came in frying out. And you've got an incredible sniper talent there as well. So this one could go either way. I'm personally leaning a bit towards Aerith, and well, we'll see. We're getting ready to jump into our 4v4. Our first map is going to be a hardpoint standoff. So definitely going to take some teamwork and some coordination to make those rotations. Try to get some of that time locked down, and I think we're still best of 3 right now, right?
Yeah, best of 3 all the way until the grand finals, I believe. Okay. As far as the bans, we got Parka banning Crossfire, Aerith banning Hacienda. So it is going to be hardpoint standoff to get us started. S&D Hackney Yard, and if we go to a game 3, it will be Summit Domination. I'm trying to think, do we see either of these teams play Summit Dom? I feel like that's one map that, for a lot of the matchups that we've seen so far, has been relatively lopsided.
I don't know. I feel like we've had it in the mix, but then didn't make it to that game 3.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So,
all right.
We'll see.
Yeah, just waiting for Marshy to ready up, and then we should be good to hop into game number 1. No weapon bans in place, so everything is on the table. I think the in the hardpoint players to watch for me, probably going to be Danny L. We saw him really pop off in the first game that he played for Team Parka. I think he's the one player that can kind of swing either way, just based off of his experience and what he's got coming into this over on Team Aerith. I would honestly say Aerith's probably the X factor. Most of the time, it has been the content creators that have struggled the most in these matchups. So if she can stay relatively close to a 1 KD, I think her team's going to have a really good shot at winning this.
Well, we're getting into the action. We are just waiting on one player to get loaded in, guys, and that's going to be Danny L Gaming connecting right there. So this game is going to take off. Hopefully we don't have no ping, no party issues, and have a solid game between these two teams. I'm hoping for a game 3. This is the winners bracket, and I don't want to see this one over in 2.
Yep. Loser of this matchup will be facing Team Jokesa in the losers bracket finals. Whoa, a little bit laggy off the start right there. Not a whole lot of kills initially. It is Aerith able to find 1 right there, and actually finds Marshy as well. That's the start that she needs, especially against this level of competition. Danny L prone on the inside of the hard point, going to be able to lock it down for a little bit longer for his team. Parka finding a couple as well, and looks like the kill advantage off the start going to Team Parka, but it's actually Aerith slaying out hardest for her team, and I said she was going to be one of the players that they need to be consistent if they're going to be able to have a chance. She's already on 6-1 right now and got herself a 4 spree as she's starting to build toward those streaks. Already has a hunter killer ready to go.
Yes, definitely in a good position, and in fact doing quite a bit better than she was on Friday. I mean, she's leading the lobby in kills right now, 7-2. Zai been unable to find anything on the board yet. That's a little interesting to me. Normally we see him be pretty consistent. Man, Danny L coming through with some good kills in the feed. He's got 5 on the board. Wiru is going to find 2, and this might be a good opening for P2 for the side of Team Aerith. Parka himself going to come through, picks up 2 in the feed before getting taken down. And we're cleaning up Danny L Gaming. That should lock down the hard point for Team Aerith.
Yeah, he's got 7 right now. He and Aerith doing the majority of the work for Team Aerith. Marshy slides through, stops the streaks for him. Parka trying to push in for the backside, looking to get Marshy some backup. It's Aerith there waiting, and Parka's going to be able to get the trade, but not before Aerith finds another. She's sitting on 9 right now. Keep in mind, this is a player that is not used to playing on phones by any means, so that hard work absolutely paying off for her. Parka taking shots from the outside. It's going to be Tectonic sliding on in. A slow start, but finds himself on a 3 spree. He's got a death machine ready to go if he wants to use it, and looks like he's just going to go ahead and lock down the rest of the scrap time. Danny L's waiting for him to make that rotation out, but not going to be able to get the kill, and that puts him really, really out of position, as he's not going to be able to give his team any help on this rotation of P3.
All right, we're
right now.
Parka is trying to make a break in bottom, but does get taken down by Tectonic. And this was looking to be a really good hill for the side of Team Parka, but unfortunately, they just couldn't quite win the gunfights when they needed to the most. That is going to allow Team Aerith to make a bit of a rotation on in. And, well, they're certainly in and locked down. There's no reason Zai wins that gunfight. Oh my god, Zai finds 3 in the feed. That's going to help Team Aerith hold down this P3 rotation. And now you can see Team Parka, they're looking to just make that rotation on over towards P4. This can be the money hill for this map. It is a very difficult point to break. The spawns are maybe the easiest to control. And just the areas that you're able to get into the point from can be very limited to the farm side being the better spawn, and that gives you 1 doorway to come through. Wiru comes in, finds 1, but gets taken down.
Well, Tectonic's going to pull out the death machine. He's already got a lightning strike to work with, and now trying to see if maybe he can stack a couple more. Actually going to survive the purifier, and that's not something that we see happen too terribly often. It's Parka waiting on the opposite side, but he's going to get dropped by a combination of shots right there. Zai finds a 2-piece. Now the lightning strike getting called in. Tectonic with a lot of information and really just aiming to close off those rotations. Not going to be able to get a kill, but at least slows down the push from Team Parka. And this has been an absolute clinic that we're seeing out of Team Aerith in the second half of this game. 13 for Zai, 13 for Wiru, 11 for Aerith, 13 for Tectonic, and just across the board, crazy amounts of consistency. Over on Team Parka, he's having to do the majority of the heavy lifting. 23 seconds on the hill and 15 kills on the board to lead his team. Definitely need to see more out of those other players, and we said Danny L was going to be an X factor. Not really seeing a ton above the ordinary from him.
Well, still a lot of opportunity any which way this goes to potentially have the comeback happen. We're only sitting 30 points apart right now, Bobby. I mean, that's not even a full hardpoint hold. So hopefully Team Parka's still able to come through here and make it close. Aerith going to find 2 in the feed. And she's still top fragging? No, but everybody's right up there. Everybody's starting to kind of neutralize out or equalize out a little bit. The lowest kills is 10, the highest kills is 17. So we're very close on that aspect. It is a slight lead in favor of Team Aerith as far as the kills go. And as a result, they've been able to lock down some of the points a little bit better. Now, as you can see, we're trickling out of time here on this P1. We've only got about 22 points to go for Team Aerith. And, well, they're set up for it next as well. And unless if Team Park is able to make a giant break here, then it's looking like this one might be over.
And it's really all on to Danny L to make the push right here. He's about to make his exit from Grandma's and waiting for reinforcements. Not able to spot anybody, knows that Zai's right there, so he finds the opener. Tectonic's there as well. That's a big two-piece, and that's going to give the hard point to Team Parka. Wiru drops. All onto Tectonic to try to take him out, but the Annihilator is too strong. That's a big break for Team Parka, and that's exactly what they needed. Tectonic finally going to be able to end the streak right here. He's going to take out Marshy. The Sparrow is now gone. Trophy system goes down right there, but there's a Purifier, and he's just trying to play his life. But Danielle there on the flank, but now it's all on Marshy to try to get back into the hard point. Doesn't have a whole lot of time to do so. Gets the reload off, but Zai hits the pre-fire right there, and it looks like Team Aerith is going to have enough to lock it down and close out game one with a victory, 150 to 118.
A big game for Team Aerith there. They take the lead in the series with the 1-0 advantage. And we're getting ready to move into Search and Destroy. And again, that's realistically where I expected this team to excel, with the likes of Tectonic, Zai, and Wiru. I talk about three players that all last year we talked about how good their Search and Destroy play was. So we'll have to see as we get on into this. Obviously, you've got incredible talent on the other side. Jesus Can Save You, Marshy, Danielle Gaming, and Parka. I do like how Parka changed his name, though. Parka on REDMAGIC 7. That's a nice touch. Good job, Parka.
Yeah,
that's a nice touch.
Top tier support for the sponsors right there. We are going to be moving into the Search and Destroy right here, and it'll be on Hackney Yard. So lots of long angles, but also, depending on your strategy, a lot of opportunity to minimize the long range gunfights, especially over on that warehouse side. You can pretty much force everything into the close range, but it gets pretty risky, especially given all the opportunity for the utility to go through there. So we'll see if Team Parka can pull out a W right here. Obviously, whether or not we'll see a battle of the snipers will really depend on what each of the teams are feeling comfortable with. You do have Jesus Can Save You, who's been pretty solid in the tournament. Same can be said for Zai, but across the board, just some Search and Destroy demons on both sides of things. I think I would probably still give the edge to Aerith's team, just because you've got that duo of Zai and Wiru on top of Tectonic, on top of Aerith, who's performing really well so far. So we'll see if they can close things out here in 2, as we are currently sitting in the winners bracket finals.
Well, does look like we have maybe some things getting fixed for the side of Team Parka. They're going to go ahead and start backing out here at the beginning. It's totally fine. We'll get you guys into the action here as soon as we can. There were, in that last matchup, only 7 kills between the two teams. So very close. And the scoreboard did largely reflect that. So hopefully as we get into the Search and Destroy here, we'll see a little bit more life out of Team Parka. Again, I don't want this one to be over in 3. This is the winners bracket finals. I want to see them really earn it, you know?
Yep. I am currently stuck. My screen is not moving at all, so hopefully yeah, hopefully everything gets loaded out correctly and we'll be good to hop back into it. It is finally closing out, so by the time we're out, I'm sure we'll be ready to hop back in. And we are ready to go. So it's going to be best of 3 for this one, best of 3 for the losers finals, and then our grand finals is going to be a best of 5. Definitely make sure you guys stick around for that one. And honestly, even the loser here does not have an easy opponent that they're going to be going up against in the losers bracket finals. Team Jokesa has looked really good ever since that first loss back on day 1. Especially the performances that we've seen out of Rubalo and Bolu, and even in some cases Meralto and Jokesa. Across the board, they've had at least one player that popped off in pretty much every match that they played so far today. They are not going to be an easy task for whoever it is that's the loser in this one.
All right, well, we are just waiting on 2 of our players to get readied up, guys, and we'll get you into the action. You know, chat, how have you guys been liking 4v4? I know I was mentioning to everybody over the past couple days that I've really had a lot of fun casting the event. What do you guys think about it in chat? We're on YouTube and on Trova. It's let me get both those popped up so I can.
I'm curious as well. I know a lot of people were apprehensive because they thought the pace of it would be slower and there wouldn't be much action. To say there hasn't been any action would be a vast misestimation of what has happened in this event, because it has been nonstop action and there still hasn't been a slow point, which can partially be attributed, especially in the respawns, to the way that spawns work in Call of Duty Mobile. But on the search and destroy side of things, I think it's actually made it more action-packed because each and every engagement has so much more value and importance than it would in a 5v5 matchup. That's my personal take, but would love to see you guys takes in chat. We are good to hop into the matchup, though. Snipers coming out. Danny L looking for shots onto top L. Zai in the back for Team Aerith, trying to see if he can find an angle right here, and seems like he might have an idea where Jesus Can Save You is. Yet to see a first blood as some of the nades start to come out. Parka, bomb in hand, looking like he might rotate over toward the B side, but very passive approach. Typically, we see offensive teams, if they're going to go to the A side, full sending on in. A concussion is going to connect to give Parka some information right here. It's going to be Marshy pushing on him. He's taking out Kitty, aka Tectonic. 2 around the corner. Marshy finds another. And now the rest of the remaining Team Aerith players not in a good spot, but she's going to be able to find at least one onto Parka. Trying to find 2, but Marshy shuts it down, and he's now looking for the ace. Not going to happen, as Jesus Can Save You is going to clean up the final kill.
I think my favorite comment on the 4v4 opinions right now is from Twisted over on YouTube. 4v4 is 2 less players than 5v5 in my opinion. Absolutely astounding, my friend. Absolutely incredible. But getting into the action here, we did have round 1 go in favor of Team Parka, but Zai is going to find Danny L Gaming right off the rip here at the beginning of round 2. Tectonic going to come through with the kill onto Marshy, and surely this is going to be a round win coming through for Team Aerith to tie things up. You can see Parka jumping on the hop up here, maybe looking for a snipe, but, well, buddy, that's Zai on the receiving end, and now Jesus Can Save. He's on the run. He's injured, but he is alive. Well, nope, maybe not.
What? Where slid right past him right there. Looked like he might take a quick scope to the back, but gonna be able to turn around and get the kill. Ties things up at 1-1 right here. Definitely looking to be pretty even search and destroy matchup, but a little bit of an unusual approach, and maybe it has something to do with the pace of the 4v4, or maybe it's just Team Parka can tend to play things a little bit slower. We see them a little bit more aggressive over on the A side this time. They do get Zai very low, but he's going to be able to escape out the back side. We're still keeping an eye on that doorway, and Tech's going to find first blood onto Marshy. Parka's still with the bomb in hand, trying to find Wiru. Jesus Can Save You doesn't spot him through the backside there, and it seems like they probably got some information, especially with Tech making his way to the top side. Pre-fires the corner. Big kill to equalize at 3-3, but Tech is lying in wait from the top side. Danny L still lurking in the back and could potentially make a play, but Park is going to get taken out, and now all the pressure onto Danny L to make the plays. Finds the opener onto Zai. 1v2 starting to look a little bit more doable, but doesn't really have any information on anybody else, and Tectonic's able to make his way all the way back right there. Unfortunately for Danny, the bomb's currently down over on the A site, and not going to be easy to retrieve, especially with the angles that Tectonic and Aerith are playing right now.
All right, well, Aerith and Tectonic against Danny L Gaming. I gotta say, Danny L has been impressive enough that I feel like if someone was going to clutch it up, he definitely has a possibility to. Does have a sniper in hand. I'm unsure what his secondary is, so hopefully he's picked something up from one of the many bodies on the ground here. Does rotate into Aerith. Kind of a bold reach out on the HP he had, but
And at this point, he doesn't have any time. Even if he picks up the bomb, not enough time to plant. If he hit the God tier double quick scope, maybe, but Tech and Aerith played that about as perfectly as they could have, even with the first quick scope landing. Aerith there to clean up the second. They take the lead back, now leading 2-1, and once again, expecting these teams to play things passive, but it's actually going to be a full send over to the B site, and Tectonic's going to be the only one there to defend. Seems like he might have the read. He's just trying to hop over. He doesn't want to have to fight anybody over there, waiting for reinforcements. Marshy's in hot pursuit. Nade's going through the doorway. Park still got the bomb in hand. Another nade going on out. It's going to be Danny L finding the opener onto Zai, and that's going to be a huge one. It leaves B wide open, but where's going to be able to trade? Bomb goes down, and it's a 3v3. Parka backing up, and they want to go ahead and work this hop-up wall the best they can, knowing that nobody's going to be able to push through, at least initially. Concussion going out. They get the information onto Aerith. She's going to be stuck at least for a second, but the perfect timing for Tech. He gets traded by Danny L as well, but trade goes through once more, and now it's all on to Marshy. 19 seconds. Aerith and Wiru in hot pursuit. They got to get things cleared out if they're going to be able to get the defuse, and Aerith not ready, but Marshy didn't shoot the last bullet. Wiru's going to be there. She's going to be able to hop the defuse, and maybe some unfortunate timing for Marshy as he's one bullet short of the clutch.
Well, we had a great round off the start for Team Parka, and they haven't had a ton since then. They've kept several of the rounds fairly close, but it has certainly been a struggle for them through and through. We're now on the last round of their offense, and they are seemingly opting to push on up towards A, and with the slow push here, it's going to be very, very difficult because the opponents are set up inside of A. If they get any information that this is where they're heading, they're just going to be able to camp out their corners. And realistically, at this point, if you're Team Parka, you've got to play around a pick. You cannot afford to be aggressive. You can't push up into this A side. You've either got to go B, or you've got to hope that Danny L is able to pick someone out of a window or something to get you rolling.
Well, the slow push again. Team Parka not finding a whole lot of success on the offensive end of things. Parka still holding the bomb, and they're sitting in the back and hoping that Danny L can find an opener once again, but Team Aerith slow playing right now. Only one player there to defend. Wiru very nearly finds Danny L, and yeah, as expected, gonna slide through right there to be able to clean up the kill. Jesus Can Save You gets away with 5 HP, but Aerith's there. Parka drops as well. And what looked like it might be a long round ends pretty quickly as now we switch sides. It is going to be Team Parka on the defense in desperate need of a couple rounds as Team Aerith on the brink of advancing to the game finals in just 2.
Well, not the outcome I would have liked to see, but it at least reinforces my my belief in them from the start. So we'll see if they end up closing it out, or if Team Parka can turn things around perhaps on the defense. Right now it's a 1-for-1 trade of Wiru for Marshy. Jesus Can Save is taking shots towards Tech mid, but doesn't find the bullet to connect. We're going to be looking at a 3v3. The bomb plant comes through for Zai. Now a difficult retake comes through, and this is a rough one for Team Parka, especially with Tech sliding the corner and taking down Danielle there.
Oh, and Jesus Can Save, I believe, has a sniper. Park is actually going to be there for the kill. A little bit more doable on the retake. Parka checking the backside, but Zai's there, and now it's all on to Jesus Can Save You. Hops on up, but sees Zai with the sniper in hand, and it just doesn't really know where to go. That's going to give Aerith enough time to hit the flank. She finds the kill to clean things up, and one more round needed for Team Aerith to advance to the grand finals. Just look at the scoreboard. That is the picture of consistency. Everybody on the team with either 5 or 6 kills. A little bit lacking on the other side for really everybody on the team, but especially for Parka. He was one of their biggest performers in the hardpoint, but hasn't been able to find that rhythm here in the S&D.
Yeah, a little bit rough, but not every game can be your game, especially at this level of competition. I mean, you know, again, we're looking at, oh my goodness, where was that grenade from?
So he was over on the side, and he banked it off the wall to bottom L.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Well, That's gonna leave Parka last alive, and I just don't see the 1v4 clutch happening. Team Aerith come through. They didn't play yesterday, but man, they had a strong performance here to start off today. We're right there on the Van head glitch, ready for Parka to make the contest. And the dominant 6-1 win does come through for the side of Team Aerith.
Yeah, I was I figured Team Aerith was going to have the edge, but I didn't expect it to be that dominant there in the search and destroy. And I think, is Team Aerith the one that sent Team Jokesta down to the losers bracket, or was that Team Parka?
You know, I can pull the bracket up real quick.
I think it was actually Team Parka, now that I think about it.
Casters chat. Yeah, Aerith sent Ducky down and Parka sent Jokesta down.
All right.
And now we get to see Parka versus Jokesta again.
Yeah, they'll have the opportunity for the rematch. And normally I would probably look at that and say, well, they beat him in a 2-0 before. It'll probably happen again, but it was an extremely close 2-0, especially in the search and destroy going down to round 11. And it also feels like Team Jokesta has a lot more momentum right now than they had on that first day. I think it's going to be a really tough team to beat. And a lot of it probably going to come down to the maps that they end up picking. It didn't really seem like Takeoff S&D was a great fit for their play style. I think more than likely that they're going to be able to have a lot more success on really anything that gives you a few more closer angles to play. But we'll have to wait and see, as we are currently waiting on the new maps to be picked. And yeah, hopefully we can get that information to you guys pretty soon and hop into the losers bracket finals.
Yep, we're getting the map picks done right now. Does look like, to start things off, we have a ban on firing range and a hacienda. So not going to see either of those maps in this series. And I think it's important to make note of Team Parka could potentially play 3 games in a row here today.
That would that could really go either way. That could be extremely stressful and draining, or that could allow you to carry momentum all the way through. Really depends on it, especially with it only being best of 3s up until the grand finals, which is a best of 5. Not necessarily worst case scenario, I would say. We do have our updated bracket. So for those of you who would like to see it, get it pulled up right here. Team Aerith automatically in the grand finals, which means they are guaranteed a minimum of $1,000 for their prize pool. Yeah, hi. Nice to see you.
I never gave you anything.
I definitely never said that, but okay.
It's a quote from One Tree Hill.
You got to stop quoting shows I've never seen.
Okay, love you, bye.
Love you too, bye. All right, it is going to be Team Jokesta versus Team Parka. And for those of you who may not have watched the rest of the action, these are the matchups. Jokesta Bolu, Raballo Meralto versus Parka, Marshy, Jesus Saves You, and Danielle. Coming off the 2-0 loss, how are you feeling about Team Parka's odds, Dave?
Well, they won last time, and as you mentioned, a lot of times you'll look at that and be like, well, they won 2-0 last time, they're probably going to win again. But I don't know, after all the life we saw out of Team at Jokesta yesterday, that's tough to say. Listen, if if Raballo's here putting up 40 bombs again, then I think Team Jokesta has a really solid chance. Not only the 40 bomb in Dom, but I mean, bro also came in and put up, what, 16 in Search and Destroy? I mean, Raballo is having one hell of a 4v4 tournament.
Yeah, he definitely seems to have found his groove, and we're still working on getting the maps picked and everything, but it just didn't seem like the same mojo, and I felt like Danielle was going to be one player that had to have a really good performance for Team Parka to get the win there. Didn't really have it there in the first matchup. I think it was actually against Team Jokesta that he popped off for like 30 plus, right?
I think so. I think so. I think that was our, yeah,
All right. Well,
36 kills or something.
yeah. I mean, with that in mind, we see Team Jokesa banning firing range, and that was where Danielle dropped that 30 plus. So potentially a very advantageous ban for Team Jokesas. We're still waiting for the Hardpoint, S&D, and Dom map picks to actually come through. I think that was definitely the right move for them, especially based on what they'd seen. Maybe potentially the other ban we could have seen was Takeoff, because they didn't look like they were at their strongest, but overall, I think the team chemistry is starting to build for Team Jokesa, and I think that's going to be the thing that works to their advantage the most. As far as the maps we will be playing, is going to be Summit Hardpoint for Game 1, Hacienda S&D for Game 2, so I think that'll be the first time we've seen that this weekend, and then if we go to a Game 3, it's going to be Raid Domination.
That is indeed correct, and we are just waiting on a couple players from Team Jokesta to hop into the lobby, guys, and we should be getting ready to get you guys into the action. Meralto is all joined up now, and just waiting on Bolu. I think one of the big things in this matchup is going to be kind of that head-to-head between Bolu and Marshy. Jesus can save you, and Meralto. Raballo and Danielle Gaming, and then Parka and Jokesta. I mean, I feel like those are actually pretty even talents across the board, so this one could go either which way. As you mentioned, we did have a 2-0 victory for Team Parka last time, but they were close games. I mean, that one could have been a Game 3 in an instance of just a single gunfight, right? So definitely a lot of potential here, and this one better go to Game 3 this time.
Yep. I believe it was the Summit Dom where we saw Team Jokesa pop off big time up against Hitman Squad. We saw, I believe we had like at least 2 players with a 5 KD at one point. It was both Raballo and Meralto just going absolutely crazy. Obviously, the Hardpoint going to play a little bit differently, but they look good the one time that we have seen them on this map. So, I think the biggest thing for Team Parka is going to be just the mental toughness and forgetting about the matchup that you just played, because you probably didn't play up to what your potential is, and mainly focusing on what's happening right now and trying to make sure that you don't let that loss affect your communication.
All right, well, all our players are readied up, and we're getting tossed on into the mix. It's Summit Hardpoint to start things off. Obviously, we're not expecting a ton out of a P1 or a P2 here, but it could be very telling if we do have a strong start for one of these teams. We're really going to be looking towards the P3 and the P4, which are going to be your money hills for for this event. So we'll or for this map. Sorry, not the event. What the?
No first blood right here. Bolu's going to get hit by a concussion nade, but Danielle not able to spot him right there. He backs up, plays his life, hoping his teammate can get his trade. It is going to be Raballo there for the trade, but Marshy finds a 2-piece, and is the only player that I have ever seen use an FHJ in competitive, but he's got multiple kills with it so far this weekend. Danny L backing up, but Bolu going to win the gunfight as Parka finds 2, make it 3. And he's single-handedly earning his team some more P1 control. Looking like they're absolutely bouncing back from that rough first matchup. Couple back and forths, but still Parka coming out on top.
All right, well, you have a 40-point lead for the side of Team Parka on P1, and I gotta say, that is not at all what you usually expect to see on a Summit Hardpoint. And, well, it's not looking good so far for the side of Team Jokesta. And you got to wonder, how much warm-up did they do before this? They knew they were going up against Team Parka, the team that took them down last time. Were they on and getting ready? Because right now, honestly, it doesn't look like it. It looks like Team Parka got a free warm-up against the winner of the REDMAGIC 7 COD Mobile Clash, Team Aerith. Obviously, I'm just joking, guys. But
Scripted?
That's the joke I've been saying all week. I've gone into Aerith's stream like every day and been like, hey, congrats on winning the REDMAGIC 7 Clash. And yeah, that's definitely looking like a possibility right now.
I mean, Jokesta finds his first kill right there, and yeah, I'd agree with you. It just doesn't really look like these guys are warmed up at all. They finally are about to make it into double digits, or at least it looked like it was going to be until they get wiped off the point. Parka's going to jump down, slowing down the push. Bolu wins a big gunfight, but it's all about the rotations for P3, and if you look at the mini-map, it is all Team Parka on this setup. You got Parka on the backside holding down spawns, one player pushing into green to find one, make it two. It's Marshy there making the big plays. He's already at 12 and 5, having himself a game, and the Sparrow's going to be ready to go. Another two-piece, didn't even mean to shoot the second person, but it looks like this could very well be another full 60, which would put them very close to closing this out before we even see a rotation back to P1.
Well, I mean, it's looking really solid for Team Park right now. I don't even think solid is saying enough. Marshy does come through with the kill on Jokesta with the thread. That's just going to force them back even further. Lines it up, a kill onto Rabalo and Bolu as well. Glad I didn't tongue-tie that one, but finds Jokesta again in the same feed. That's
There's no way he just won that! Jokesta landed 3 shots on him. Marshy ego challs and still wins the gunfight. He's trying to cycle through for his second pred of the streak, and Moralto finally stops him. But Team Parka...
Can we talk about the fact that Marshy just killed Jokesta 3 times in the same kill feed? Oh my goodness, Marshy.
That is rough. Jokesta at 2 and 14 right now. And Marshy is just cyberbullying at this point. Bolu finds one before Jesus Saves You push through. He's going to be able to lock down spawns, and that should give them the access to potentially end this here on P4. Jokesta still picking up some scrap time, but who else? Marshy takes him out right there, and he's got a sentry gun that I would expect we see set up on the top side. Maybe a death machine or a Goliath down below if he's in the mood for it. But they can go ahead and win it here on P4.
All right, so listen, Jokesta was Vague's kryptonite the other day. Clearly, Marshy ain't letting that happen to him. I mean, I don't think I've seen Jokesta get a kill on Marshy yet. And Marshy is just absolutely on demon time. Apparently, according to chat, they were talking in Jokesta's stream about Marshy probably going to have a bad day today. And, bro, that is not what's happening. My goodness.
I mean, I will say Marshy didn't play up to his usual self in that first matchup, but that's Marshy doing Marshy things right there as he goes 23 and 7 along with 48 seconds on the hill and absolutely steamrolls a team that coming into today looked incredibly solid. Rabalo was dropping like 30s and 40s all weekend long. He goes 7 and 12. Bolu, a stage 5 champion, 9 and 12. Moralto 7 and 14. And Jokesta just couldn't find his footing. Man, oh man, what a performance out of Marshy and what a performance out of Team Parka.
That, I think, is the most dominant hardpoint we've had so far. No questions asked. That was a absolute just domination on all fronts. Again, I can't believe I saw in a 4v4, Marshy killed the same person 3 times in the same kill feed. I mean, that was just absolutely nuts. He worked his way across the map, and Marshy was honestly just unstoppable during that game. I mean, let's talk about the fact that Marshy has 23 kills, and nobody on the side of Team Jokesta hit double digits.
Oh, it's just not fair. I see people in YouTube chat say go back to 250. What do you want to go back to 250 for? So that it can be 47 to 250 instead of 37 to 150? The 250 is not going to change anything in the result of that matchup at the very least. But it looks like we are going to have a little bit of a redo right here as everybody backs out of the lobby. Hacienda Search and Destroy, definitely going to be a fun one to watch. I think I've played it one time before, but once again, I don't think I've ever commentated it before. So we'll be learning lots of things for the first time.
I think maybe that was me and Verdict did Search and Destroy.
I might have.
We've seen it once. We've seen it once at least.
Okay.
All right, well, we're just going to be stuck here on the game-ending screen for a second, guys.
Fun stuff. I gotta, next time I see people leaving the lobby, I just need to remind myself to hit the quit button so that I can skip that. Oh, I did commentate it in Mobile Mayhem?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
It was either me and you or me and Verdict, but
Okay.
we definitely did have at least one.
Well, I'm excited to watch it again if this is my second time. Everybody's ready up once more. And now we are hopping back into the action right here. An opportunity for Team Parka to have a shot at revenge in the grand finals if they can get the win here. Team Jokesta hoping for a chance to stay alive. I would imagine we're going to be keeping an eye on the sniper plays, and Jesus can save you off to a little bit of a slow start. Well, may have just been lagging. Sniper's going to come out.
Yeah.
I was watching him, and then all of a sudden he was in a different place. Bolu's getting aggressive right here. Jesus can save you. Not going to spot him, but he does spot Jokesta and absolutely gets obliterated. Bolu, that was not a pretty gunfight between Bolu and Marshy. Park is going to be the one that cleans that up. But it's Team Parka with the man advantage, and perfect spot from Ralto right there as he evens things up. 2 players apiece.
That's a disgusting head glitch. Did you see that? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's not much you can do about that one. Jesus, he was going for picking up the M13 there, it looks like. And, you know, now we're sitting in a 2 versus 2. Danielle Gaming does have the bomb in hand. I do feel like this is a map that players are probably going to be the most uncomfortable on. Obviously, you can run into it in ranked or whatnot, but as far as like a competitive scene format, this map was banned pretty regularly throughout the competitive season. I think a lot of it was, you know, players were very comfortable on the maps that were already in the rotation. You get a new map added in, and you know, are you really feeling at your best trying to learn a new map during that current season, right?
Yeah.
So I do feel like that's maybe at least a little bit of a factor here. As we do pop open our mini map, you can see that.
What button do I have to press?
It's click in the bottom left corner, right where it normally would be. Yeah. They're making a good 2s rotation here, and Danielle going to slide the corner. He gets the flash, but Moralto picks it up. And we did have Raballo pick up the other kill on the other side, and that's actually going to be a first round coming through for the side of Team Jokesta.
Moralto got a little bit lucky on the crosshair placement as the hipfire is actually going to land the final shot to kill right there. Definitely looking more confident here than they did in the hard point, and maybe it just was they didn't play a warm-up. I don't know why you wouldn't play a warm-up coming into this, but maybe finding a little bit of rhythm right here, and it will be battle of the snipers, at least off the start once again. Jesus can save you looking for an opener. Moralto peeks. Gives him a haircut right there, and now the nade's coming over, and Moralto's not going to change angles right there. Not sure I would recommend that one. Now Jesus can save you. You're going to be able to get pushed up, and Bolu and Jokesta, only ones left to make the play. Jokesta has his 4 times kilo pulled out again right there. Gets a little bit lucky as Jesus can save. Wasn't peeking the angle at the right time. Trying to ego chow a sniper with a kilo is not something I would typically recommend, and he's content to hold down that backside. Actually, no shots go through right there. He's going to be able to land a couple, but now Danny L watching from that side. Staying alive, not finding the kills. Bolu finds 1, and now it's 2v2 for the retake. Parka going to chow the opposite side. Incredibly well played, and he's going to find himself a 1v2 in a matter of seconds.
Well, we do have a tie game now, Team Jokesta. I'm right on board with, you know, hoping we get that game 3. I truly believe at this point they probably didn't warm up. I know that's something at least Bolu has been known for in the past, is not really warming up, just showing up on game day and you know, believing in yourself to be ready. So could see a little bit more life start to swing through from them. Moralto in a pretty cheeky position here in the back, looking for anybody to maybe peek, but you have Marshy pushed on up towards the A bomb head glitch. Danielle bomb in hand, is a little bit hesitant to make the push, but with Parka getting a kill onto Jokesta there, the play is starting to get made up forward. Marshy might peek the corner here and find Bolu, ends up getting taken down. Moralto starting to push up. Roballo is here as well, and what was looking like a good opportunity for Team Parka is now looking to be evened out a little bit. There's 30 seconds on the clock. We need a couple kills to come in. Bolu's going to find one onto Parka. We're now looking at a 3 versus 2 with 25 seconds left on the clock.
Jesus can save. You gonna wrap through, seeing if you can find the pistol kill. Danielle able to connect on one. It's 2v2. 15 seconds to work with, and Bolu's gonna hop down. Could be in a spot to find a two-piece. Danielle rounds the corner right there. Timing's not gonna be there. If they can get to the bomb in time, they will be good, and they will be able to do so. Well played, and a big play out of Bolu to make that flank from the top side. Big clutch right there to keep things ahead for Team Jokesta, as he's still looking to find his first kill of the S&D, and Bolu with the hard carry at 8-2 through the first 3 rounds.
All right, well, the 1 round advantage is in favor of Team Jokester right now, but obviously I think we saw this one go to, what, around 11 last time, so definitely have some opportunity there. I will say the hard point was way closer last time, so it's tough to say what we could have going on here. Danielle hopped down in a spot on the, it's not really a beach, but the waterfront here for the side of Team Parka. Couple shots do get traded, but Jokesta somehow survives.
Jesus is going for a swim right here. Jokesta's going to spot him out, but not going to be able to land any of those shots. And oh, that is a nasty angle. Jokesta does get the assist as Roballo takes out Jesus Can Save You, and now a little bit easier for the retake. Parka backing up, waiting for the flank. It's Moralto. Drops Danielle. All pressure onto Marshy and Parka. Finds one to even at a 2-2, and now it's all onto Roballo. The 1v1. Parka's waiting. Can he get the timing right? They're working the head glitches the best that they can, and just non-stop back and forth. Parka didn't mean to chow right there. Could get taken out. He's trying to play his life, but I don't think he did it quite long enough. Roballo! Freakman, the names. Roballo able to get back to the bomb. Gets the defuse. That brings us to 3-1.
All right, well, Team Jokesta starting to walk away with it. It is going to be the last round of the offense for the side of Team Parka. Can they close the gap, or are they going into the defense at a 4-1 disadvantage? Well, only time will tell. I am pretty regularly having pop up with the minimap. Please fix COD Mobile. Do have a couple rotations coming through. A very aggressive push, actually, from Jesus up top of the balcony side in the enemy's spawn, and now he's going to turn the corner. Does find a Jokester, going to find a free kill there, and that's going to give them an opportunity to get this bomb pushed on up towards B. You can see some trophy systems are out, and the bomb plant is going to come through for Danielle Gaming. So the 4v3 advantage is in their favor. They are in a great position to start getting set up, and well, hopefully we can see them close the gap a little bit here, because I think going into the second half down 3 rounds is an incredibly difficult mental challenge to overcome. So for their sake, hopefully they're able to at least get a little bit of action here.
Yeah, with Jokesta out and the bomb down, just not a good spot for Team Jokesta right here. Moralto taken out, Bolu taken out. Roballo's got a couple HP and a dream, but he's got to take out 3 players on his way to a defuse, which is just not going to be doable. Ego challenge just to see if he can maybe get 1 kill right there, but the hit marker from the nade going to get him weak enough for Team... Whoa, I misread that. That is exactly what they needed. Wait, I'm confused. Team Jokesta's got the lead. That's all that I know.
All right, well, good round for Team Parka there. Again, if they would have gone down 4-1, that could be a difficult hurdle to overcome. But look at the coordinated push towards the A side bomb coming through for Team Jokesta. Bomb is in hand of Roballo. Moralto going to pick up first blood onto Jesus Saves. They're now in a great position to get the plant here. Moralto, however, walks right into the sights of Danielle Gaming. That's going to bring things back to a 3 versus 3 with the bomb plant coming through. We've got 40 seconds on the clock. Bolu finds Marshy. We're now looking at a 3v2, and this should theoretically be a round for the side of Team Jokesta, but Bolu rotates up into Parka, and now we're looking at a 2v2 once again. Jokesta is taking shots, but makes it out alive, at least for now.
Right now it's a 2v2. Parka's going to be able to find one right there. Looking for the retake, but not a whole lot of time, and he's...
Moralto, or Raballo, I mean.
Oh, I was muted.
One.
Sorry.
5 seconds to go. Did they get the bomb in time? I don't think they got it in time.
I don't think they did either.
Oh, suffering.
I think if he hadn't double-clicked it right there, he might have been able, but still super, super close, as Team Jokesta extends their lead out to 4-2. And Bolu slowing down a little bit, but Raballo picking up the slack this time as he finds himself at 6-3. Jokesta's got the bomb once again, but still looking for that first kill on the board. And that is a Marshy nade if I've ever seen one. Bolu drops right there. He's pushed way up and maybe a little over-aggressive, as that's going to be a free kill from Moralto. He's looking to play the water side right now, and looking at the mini-map, we've got multiple angles being played right now from Team Parka, and Jesus Can Save You going all the way on the flank, and this could pay off big time if the timing is there. Not going to spot anybody inside that showroom. Raballo gets spotted out. That's a kill. Now makes his way out to the water side. Doesn't seem like they're ready for him right here. Moralto going to be peeking the angle, but as Jesus Can Save You with another kill, and now all the pressure onto Jokesta to clutch up. He finds one kill, but can't make it anymore. A must-have round for Team Parka as they keep things close, and they get their third round to go, as we still have a very tight search and destroy going.
Only one round separates these two teams. We've got Team Parka sitting on up at 3. They've actually had a decent run on the defense here. Even the round that they lost was a fairly close one. Danielle wants to take a little bit of a swim here. This is kind of a dangerous position, if you ask me. You're obviously really restricted on your mobility, and well, besides this rock, as soon as you get past it, there's not really anywhere to hide if someone peeks over that railing, so we'll have to see. It doesn't seem like an angle to play as a sniper. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I don't know. Fortunately for him, nobody is challenging this A side, or B side, sorry. And in fact, Team Jokesta playing this round very, very slow. They're starting to push up. Bolu gets the turn onto Marshy there. You can now see Parka is pushing up to get some sight lines himself. He's going to take a couple shots at Bolu, but we're looking at a 4 versus 2 advantage, and essentially a free bomb plant coming through for Jokesta here. Parka's pushing up, but he's all alone. This is such a bold challenge by himself.
Wow.
That's fine, Bolu.
Ooh, tries to find Jokesta, but he's going to be able to get the kill there, and now the flank from Danielle has potential, but Moralto's going to peek the angle. Hit markers right there. Pistol kill cleans things up. Opportunity for a 1v3 for him, and would be big if it happens. But yeah, like you're talking about, I do not like the play out of Danielle right there. Down on that water side, you basically get zero information. You're just hoping that you can get a good flank. And at that point, if you're going to play for the flank, you might as well just carry an AR and have more opportunity to take multiple gunfights. With a sniper, the impact that you can have there is relatively minimal and just did not pay off at all. Now it's Team Jokesta 1 round away from pushing us to a game 3, but Jokesta going to get picked off the start. Raballo and Bolu coming up big for the team once again. Able to find 2. Parka unchallenged right there when Moralto is 1 HP. Raballo is up in the top side. That's going to be a free kill for him, and now it's all on Marshy to try to save the game. Nade in hand and not having quite the same performance here in the search and destroy. I believe somebody got info. It's going to be his teammate Bolu. Sniper in hand, and that kill is going to close things out and push us to a game 3.
All right, well, you can definitely see the importance of getting a warm-up game in before your essentially semifinals series. The Hardpoint, I mean, bro, was not close. It was Team Parka absolutely dominant. And we jump into the search and destroy, and well, Team Jokesta answers back, pushing us on to that game 3. And like I said, this is definitely one that we had to see a game 3 out of. This was an incredibly close 2 games last time these teams faced off, and for a game 3, we obviously you know, had a little bit of an off meta or unfamiliar game 2 with that Hacienda Search and Destroy. Game 3 is Raid Dom, dude. This is one that everybody should know, and it's really been a staple of the competitive scene forever. So should be no discomfort here. We should realistically get the best of both teams, and well, whoever works for it harder is going to find themselves in the grand finals against Team Aerith, playing off for the potential $2,000 first place prize pool, as well as I believe it is the REDMAGIC 6R that the entire team will get. So a lot on the line for this.
Yep. Curious to see whether or not we see the same Marshy that we saw in game number 1, because didn't really have that much of an impact there in game 2. I think 3 or 4 kills in total. And across the board, the team just looked a little bit more uncomfortable, which is to be expected on a map like Hacienda Search and Destroy, where you just don't really have a whole lot of reps in. Like you mentioned, Raid Domination has been a staple of COD Mobile competitive ever since the game came out. So I am definitely excited to see this one, especially knowing that Team Jokesta's maybe a little bit more warmed up. I know they would definitely still like to see more out of him. I believe, I think he had 2 kills in both the games that we've seen so far, but he's had a great performance throughout the weekend. So I'm expecting him to put up some big numbers right here to try to give his team a chance, but we're all ready to go as we are going to go ahead and hop in to game number 3.
All right, well, only seconds away from our Raid Domination, Bobby, and well, this one certainly could go either which way. We'll have to see. Obviously, Marshy had a hell of a hard point, right? He was on an absolute tear. He was running that lobby. Well, looking at Team Jokesta, who now seem to be a little bit more warmed up, and we'll have to see if they're ready to win at this game 3 here. Meralto is looking for the shot of Laundry, but Jesus can save with the Kilo going to come through with that. Was Meralto first life sniping? Is that what I saw?
I was not paying attention. He's got an SKS out right now. I don't know if that's what he had initially off spawn, but definitely a great map to use this on. Is obviously you're playing a lot of long angles, and you can also get some good information on the wall bangs into top Laundry. We do see the early B cap go in for Team Parka right there, and now it's going to be Danny L looking to hold down this top side. Kilo in hand, and the Kilo has quickly become the gun of choice for the majority of these players. A couple of CBRs here and there, but for the most part, those have been the only guns that we've really seen all that consistently throughout the competition. Danielle is going to be able to find a 3 spree, make it a 4. Hunter Killer going to go out right there, and they've still got control of spawns. They need to go ahead and clear off that B progress, and they need to clear out Raballo, but Parka's going to be there. Finds kill number 5 on the board, and map control and B control looking pretty solid off the start for Team Parka.
Well, the AB comes through for Team Parka. They've developed themselves a 16-point lead here, but the A flip does appear to be coming through as Meralto and Bolu do make that rotation. You can see that we do have Jokes to push it on up through mid as well, and A side tends to be the stronger side. Laundry Control has just a little bit better angle over B. You have a little bit more leeway in your spawn points, in my opinion. So definitely a great opportunity to potentially start seeing a comeback happen. It is going to be 1 kill picked up onto Danielle Gaming. Raballo is going to find Parka as well, make it a 3-piece as he takes down Marshy. But the Pred missile might buy them a little bit of time to get into position. Danielle Gaming now going to stop Meralto from getting on the hill here, and Marshy making that rotation with him, but the smoke is down. The progress is coming through, and the B cap comes through for the side of Team Jokesta.
Bolu is going to drop, but Marshy traded out, trades back and forth. It's mostly Team Jokesta in the feed right now, so should be able to maintain that B control. Keep in mind, we're doing 200-point dom rather than 150, so that little lead that we saw go into play for Team Parka, not going to have as big of an impact as normally it would in a 150 domination. Jesus can save you. Was on a 7 spree. Fortunately for him, he does still have that cluster strike to work with, and could potentially have a really big impact as we do get into the later portions of the game. Parka working the mid-map, trying to find a pick. He's going to spot Raballo right there. Might back up right here as Bolu's able to get one. Really just trying to find the trade and should... No, he doesn't see him. Oh my gosh, they're playing Ring Around the Rosie. Fortunately for him, Danny L gonna be able to pick up the kill, and if they can get top laundry control right here, might be able to flip things back. 3 wiped off the board, and should be a relatively open B flag with the exception of Raballo right there in the mid-map. He's taken out, and B back in control for Team Parka.
Well, we were looking at a 30-point game not too long ago. Now it's closed to just 7 points, and with the B back in favor of Team Parka, I think they're in a great position to close out this round with an advantage. We've got about 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. To C progress and A progress, the flip was looking to come through, but it does look like that has stopped. And now you'd really be looking for a quick B cap out of the side of Team Jokesta if they want to close this gap going into the second half. Yeah, I mean, Parka just in a deadly corner. Moralto rounds over to B, not expecting someone to be on his spawn side. He gets shot in the back, and that's going to be Parka securing the B for the rest of the round. They're going to go into the second half with about a 18 or 19-point lead. And, well, that's going to be a pretty solid performance despite a little bit of a rough middle of the round. They did close out strong, so... Now, it is going to be Team Jokesta spawning on the A site. And this is a big opportunity for them. They've got the fresh A take, so they should have a little bit of an advantage pushing on up towards B off the first push.
Right now, Team Jokesta looking for a little bit more out of their captain. Jokesta sitting at 2-16 right here. Oh my gosh. The beams from Jesus Can Save You right there. All he's got to do is take out Raballo to have B control, but... not going to be able to do that. Now the pressure on Parka to win the backside gunfights, but Bolu is there. He's got an Annihilator, but Marshy with the Sparrow, but Marshy's going to get knocked off of his Sparrow by Raballo. So 2 operators eliminated for both teams. It's now Danielle trying to get the solo cap right here. Bolu's got the read on it, and his teammates are going to be able to lock down B as well. This is the start that Team Jokesta needed. Unfortunately for them, Jesus Can Save You with some bad timing on that cluster strike call-in. The double chow right there to take out Bolu, so it looks like they should be able to get A control. No! Moralto with the Sparrow wipes them off right there. Bolu's going to be able to get through to clear things off, and that's going to be a huge play for Team Jokesta.
All right, well, the A and B coming through for Jokesta. They're only sitting down 10 points right now. They have a great opportunity to make the comeback happen. Plenty of time on the clock as well, as we're just getting into our second half. You can see Moralto positioned mid. He's got the Kilo in hand. Great gun in the current meta. Jokesta going to find one on Danielle Gaming with the Pred, but if we look, we do have Marshy looking for that A flip. Bolu is pushing up, might find the gunfight from behind. Sure enough, going to take down Marshy. Going to lock down that A flag for the team. Now Parka is going to be in a dangerous spot. He at least got revealed, but Jesus is there to pick up 2 in the feed, and well, this game is closing in right now. The B progress coming through. This is an important push for Team Parka. They do get the B flag. Raballo is able to pick up 1 mid. You can now see he's starting to push up towards red, slides the corner, but can't win the gunfight against the Death Machine. It's a key gunfight win for Parka there. You can now see he's rotating over with the Death Machine, looking to protect the A flag, or C flag, but it's going to be a flip coming through, and I'm not sure about that call for the side of Team Jokesta.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, Jesus!
Wow. He held on to that grab vortex for a minute. I saw him pull that out like, what, 45 seconds ago, and didn't use the second one, but the timing on it was perfect. And now he's got himself another cluster strike to work with. He's got a Pred. He's got a Hunter Killer, and right now, Team Jokes is scrambling, trying to find a way to get back to B, but they just don't have anything to work with. Jokes is having a way better second half. He's already moved from 2 kills up to 10, but right now, the options dwindling as Parka wins another big gunfight back over on the A side. I don't know if he is a glitch character or what. Looking for the wall bang, is going to be able to take out Jokesa right there. And if Jesus Can Save You, can maybe play the timing on that cluster strike a little bit better. That could potentially be enough to end the game, as right now they've got a lot of streaks to work with as they look to close this one out.
right, well, the B flip does come through. I think there's just enough time on board to make the comeback happen, but Team Jokesta cannot afford to lose anything here at this point. You can see Meralto is looking for the kill on Marshy, doesn't have the bullets to make it happen.
And
Goliath coming in.
We saw another completely wasted cluster strike from Jesus Can Save You, who waited until the flag was already halfway capped before he decided he was actually going to try to do it. It's a couple kills in the Goliath, but the Annihilator in the hands of Bolu going to be able to shut it down, and actually looking like a doable situation for Team Jokesta. Bolu finds another right there. He's sitting on full streaks, and he's got a stealth chopper, or whatever this chopper is called, if he wants to use it. He's spraying across the map right now, and they need to get it taken out as soon as they possibly can. Unfortunately, I do not have any ability to change out of it. It is going to get taken down, and a tiny amount of progress goes in over on B. It's going to be Jesus Can Save You looking for the solo cap right here. Bolu's on the flank. He's going to be able to clear him off. There's only 28 seconds left. They got to make the play, and they got to make it happen fast. No! Another clear off, and Meralto's going to pull out this barrel right here. Jokesta's team pulling off the miracle. They've only got to hold for a couple more seconds, and there's nobody close enough. Jokesta pulling out the purifier right here. He finds one more, and that's going to seal the deal. The wasted cluster strikes come back to bite them big time. And with barely a win by 6 points, Team Jokesta finds a way to come out on top.
Well, Team Jokesta fell to Team Parka very, very early on in the, that would have been the first day. And, well, they've come back, and they've now found themselves a spot in the grand finals, going up against Team Aerith in an incredible comeback in the Search and Destroy. As you mentioned, they win by 6 points. So really, really phenomenal comeback from them. And, you know, again, kind of shows the importance of warming up before a game at this level of competition, right? Because honestly, this didn't even look like the same two teams facing off, looking at game 1 to even game 2, let alone game 3. So, oh, and Jokesta coming through with the Song of My People emote, one of my favorite. That's actually one of my favorite sayings. Sylvia can confirm.
That was, it cannot be understated, or it can't be overstated how big of an impact Jokesta had there in the second half of that one. He had a completely abysmal first half, 2 kills and I believe 14 deaths. For him to be able to finish that with 16, absolutely huge. And obviously you got to give big credit to Bolu and to Rabalo for the impact that they had for their teams. Bolu, 8 flag caps, 25 and 18. Rabalo has been slaying out for the entirety of the tournament. He drops 28, and obviously Jesus Can Save You. KD looks really good, had some flag caps, but definitely feeling like there were some really big missed opportunities with 2 misplayed cluster strikes.
Yeah, I mean, that is certainly a factor, right? A cluster strike well timed on B when your team is not in position to defend can theoretically hold off that hill for, 10, 15 seconds on its own, giving your team a little bit more time to reposition. But as you mentioned, the mistiming there is just a little bit rough, and we'll unfortunately be saying goodbye to the side of Team Parka. They put up a hell of a fight from the start all the way up to the end here, but Team Jokesta have earned their spot into the grand finals against Team Aerith, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I know there were a lot of people that were hoping that this was going to be our final matchup, so we are all ready to go, and it is going to be a best of 5 rather than a best of 3 like the rest of the matches, so it'll definitely go on a little bit longer. Team Aerith coming off a pretty dominant win against Team Parka, and this will be their first time matching up against Team Jokesta. How do you see these two teams stacking up against each other?
Well, this is going to be a best of 5, and it's going to really challenge the mental limitations of these teams, right? It could be a very long day still. Obviously, we're a little over an hour in. We've had 2 matches, but we are fortunately at least playing a little bit shorter games. So obviously the 150 hardpoint saves a little bit of time in the event. So we'll have to see. You've obviously, again, got a ton of search and destroy talent on the side of Team Aerith that, is absolutely no stranger to put up big numbers in the respawns as well. You look over at Team Jokesta. Again, you've just got such a solid IGL in the likes of Bolu. You've got a great sniper talent in Meralto. Raballo has been having the tournament of his life, and Jokesta, maybe the weakest member of that team on a like initial standpoint. But as you mentioned, you can't you can't argue with the performance that Jokesta had in the second half of that domination. So came through with some big kills, especially at the end. He got a quad feed to clear off B by himself. Um, uh, Honestly, saved the game.
Yeah.
So
That is no easy thing. I'm assuming that was with the purifier.
I think he got 2 with the purifier
Okay.
and 2 with gun.
Well, definitely big plays for his team right there as we get ready to load into the grand finals. We do have the majority of our official standings, so tied for 5th and 6th, it is Noah and Hitman. In 4th place, we have Team Ducky. 3rd place, Team Parka, and now playing for your champions of the Red Magic COD Mobile Clash, it is going to be Team Aerith versus Team Jokesta. Let me know down in the comments who you guys think is going to take the W. I mean, I've said, and you've said throughout the entirety of this tournament, it's very difficult to not predict that Aerith and Tectonic and company are going to be able to get the win right here. But there's a lot of momentum on the side of Team Jokesta right now, and they definitely seem like the best team in the position to give them a chance and knocking them off.
I am just helping get the map pool selected, so give me just a moment, Bobby.
All right. And it looks like Aerith gonna go ahead and ban Hacienda off the start right there, so that will be out of the equation. I don't know if that's advantage to Team Jokes or not. They look kind of up and down throughout the map, at least when they played it for Search and Destroy. Also, just a reminder, we do have the early bird special currently going on for the Red Magic, so if you guys want to check that out, you can do so either using the link in the description for YouTube chat, or if you're over on Trovo, you can click the link that is pinned up at the top. But yeah, definitely big value right there. Once again, big shout out to Red Magic for hosting the event. It's been a ton of fun. I absolutely love 4v4 COD Mobile competitive. I think hopefully in the future we can make a move toward this, especially given that every single COD Mobile competitive map was designed for 4v4. But definitely very happy to have a first taste of it and to see the way that these two teams have competed and the way that all of our teams have competed throughout the weekend.
It's been a very fun event. It has been a very, very fun event. I've really enjoyed casting the 4v4. I think it's a lot more intense. I think there's a lot more on the line for some of your simple gunfights, some of your simple positioning, because you just have that one less body to kind of cover an angle, which does result in teams maybe having a little bit more opportunity to capitalize. So for example, you've got a 5v5, you're in Search and Destroy on Raid, for example, a very open map that does have defined lanes, but a lot of area to transverse. You get a first blood, and honestly, with 4 people alive, like, you still have every single angle to cover, right? You get into a 4v4, that first pick is worth so much more because your opponents are very limited on, can someone afford to make a long flank rotation? So I think it's been a lot more competitive on that aspect. It puts a lot more responsibility on your anchors for your respawns, for who's going to try to make the flips. I've had way more fun in 4v4 than 5v5, honestly.
Absolutely. Still, it looks like we have all of our map picks in. So, Jokesta banning firing range. It is going to be Hardpoint Hackney Yard to get us started. I think that's either the first or second time we've seen that all weekend. S&D Meltdown, which I'm a big fan of for game number 2. Dom standoff for game 3. If we go to a game 4, it's going to be Hardpoint Crossfire. Not my favorite, but can definitely be a very streaky one and lots of opportunity for some comebacks. And if we go to a game 5, it's going to be standoff S&D, which I'm sure Meralto is excited for. But we got all of our players loaded in, and once they're all ready to go, we should be good to hop into our grand finals.
All right, well, it does look like we have both of our teams in here getting ready. And the real question here is Team Jokesta. Can they come through with the what I think many would consider to be an upset? Obviously, with the way that they've been playing, it's hard to say that it's an upset. But Team Aerith is certainly got to be one of the favorites for winning this event. I also think Parka would have been a team that a lot of people had a lot of hope in. So we'll have to see. Team Jokesta again had a rough start, but have been looking better and better ever since.
Yep. Hardpoint Hackney Yard's one of those where you can start off slow, but if you play smart for the spawns, you can absolutely turn things around quickly. That P2 control definitely going to be the most important thing that we see. And especially with fewer players to try to push a hard point with, that much more important to play as a team whenever you do get things flipped around there. So we're still waiting for Team Jokesta to get things ready up, but right now, just excited to hop into the action. And just a reminder, it is going to be best of 5. So if you see somebody lose 2 games, make sure not to go anywhere. Anything's possible. If you've watched the CDL yesterday, you know that because there are reverse sweeps happening all day long. And we got everybody here and ready to go for game 1.
It's funny how quick people turned on Paris the other day. I mean, it was... Nobody expected Paris to be there in the first place. They came through with a really big game 1, and everybody was cheering Paris. And then they got swept 3 in a row, and everybody was like, Paris should never have been here. Attention span of 5 minutes for the CDL.
Welcome to gaming. It is going to be Team Aerith holding down the hard point off the start. Tech waiting for the flank, but Meralto's going to be able to win the gunfight. It's going to be a big one, and Aerith tucked away down in this corner. He's actually going to spot her out, and now he's going to be the one playing the high ground. Spots Tectonic down below. They're able to get the hard point cleared out, and at the moment looking to secure spawns. Tech's still going to spawn in the back side. It's on to Meralto to try to win the gunfight right here, but that is a nasty head glitch, and definitely not one that you want to try to fight Tectonic on. He's looking to push up and getting pinched from both sides. Just no opportunity for him to be able to come out right there. Spawn's going to stay in play for Team Aerith, at least off the start. They get the majority of the hard point time as well. And now Jokesta on the flank trying to make the play. Spots Tectonic out. Takes him out, and that leaves only 1 player on top of the hard point. But Tech still spawning back right next to it. Jokesta, huge gunfight win against Aerith, but Tech is there for the trade.
Yeah, not only does Tech find Jokesta, but he takes down Raballo as well, and now he's up on the hill by himself. Wiro was trying to make the rotation over, but gets pinched. Jokesta gonna find that one. Bolu finds 3 in the feed, and that's a big break for the side of Team Jokesta, and they should be able to theoretically lock down some good time here. This is certainly, in my opinion, the money hill on this map. At least for 5v5, it had proved to be. I think these spawns are a little bit more difficult to manage for 4v4. And you can definitely see that coming through as we have back-to-back breaks come in. And Team Aerith starting to take a bit of a lead. They are in a position to lock down the rest of this P2. And P3, even if you have a good hill, a good hill for P3 on Hackney, I mean, you're usually thinking like, what, 20 points was a good hill for P3. You're super, super exposed. There's not enough trophy systems in the world to protect you from all the utility that rains in. And that can be a incredibly difficult one. Right now, you can see the rotations coming through. We do have a 45-point lead for the side of Team Aerith. And Jokesta going to be unable to lock down those initial couple seconds. He does get taken down, but his teammates should be here. And that's going to be Raballo starting to get some time going before Tech finds Meralto. Does drop down and does get taken down by Bolu's Annihilator.
Ooh, Hunter Killer not going to land. Trophy systems in the right spot. Team Jokesta doing a good job of fighting back right here, and Beralto seemed like he had the positioning, but gets turned on by 2 players, so more time looking to come in. But once again, this is just not an easy hard point to hold. Bolu trying to hold solo. Has a lot of backup. Jokesta having a better game than he had in the first hard point, and definitely better than the first half of that domination as well. Already sitting at 7 and 8, and that's what they need out of him. They don't necessarily need him to carry, but they just need him to keep up, and he's 100% doing that right now. Meralto pushing on into the hard point. There's trophy systems everywhere, and the Purifier immediately going to take that operator out of his hands. Now, Aerith going to be looking to pull out a Purifier right here, as her team is set up well and starting to look to push out a little bit to maybe get some more map control to make the hold a little bit easier.
Well, a 50-point lead right now for Team Aerith. They've got the hold so far on P4, and they're starting to close on in towards victory. Keep in mind, guys, we are in 150 hardpoint, so this game is starting to dwindle towards potentially a finish here. Purifier out for Jokesta.
Ooh, and
I guess at least High dies, but that was that was rough to watch.
Yeah, you got to get more value out of that, especially when you're in that close range, like exactly where the Purifier can shine. That's a kill that you got to be able to get without going traded. Jokesta tries to push in from the backside, but the solo push is just not going to work against this type of competition. Right now, you got Bolu sitting way up at 18 and 10, but his team's still struggling. Team Aerith nearly winning it in, what, a span of 4 hard points. It is going to go to a P5, and they were rotated out, but Bolu's pushed way outside the hard point. He's got to sprint back, and that's going to give Zai and Wiru free entry right here. He gets turned around. That's going to be a big gunfight win, and a pretty lopsided game 1 that got out of hand very quickly for Team Jokesta. Team Aerith will take the win.
Chat, this is not best of 3. This is best of 5 for the grand finals. So we will at least get to see the domination, potentially more. It is, unfortunately for Team Jokesta, another hard point that just did not look great for them. 150 to 50 win, tripling the score. And, well, what have we said about Wiru in the past? If Wiru comes through and performs in hardpoint 9 times out of 10, that means he's gearing up for a good search and destroy. Didn't quite top frag for the lobby like he did yesterday, but I mean, he's up at 16, tied up with Aerith at 16. And you look over at the opposition, it's 20 for Bolu, which is great, but it does drop down to Rabalo with 10, Jokesta with 10, Meralto with 8. So close game as far as the kills go across the board, but I mean, the rotations were just infinitely better for the side of Team Aerith.
Yep, and you gotta give big credit to Aerith. She has performed the best out of all the content creators that are playing in this tournament, and especially somebody who's definitely more used to playing on a tablet. For her to be able to come through and against that level of competition, 16 and 11 with a minute 14 on the hill, it's arguable. I would say a pretty good argument that she was the best player on the team in that game particularly. So huge performance for her as they do get ready to transition. And like you said, typically when Wiru slays out in the respawns, he is an absolute monster in the search and destroy. It's going to be meltdown. So depending on how many B pushes we see, could be a battle of the snipers, or it could be all about the close range and utility usage. I have to wait and see as we're waiting for our players to ready up to hop into game 2. And once again, just a reminder, this is best of 5. So even if we see Team Aerith get the win here, we do have at minimum at least one more game.
All right, well, could be looking for a game 4 or a game 5 if Team Jokesta are able to turn things around here in the search. I would say that might be a little bit of a stretch. Again, I think that Team Aerith just certainly has the stronger search and destroy team. But as we come into a domination, I definitely could see Team Jokesta pulling through there, especially with so much on the line. You know, the likes of Bolu, Meralto, and Rabalo are not wanting to go down without a fight. And yeah, we'll see as things continue here. We're just waiting on Bolu to get readied up, and we'll get you guys into our meltdown search and destroy. Obviously, As we've mentioned about this map before, it really can dictate the pace of the map on what your team favors, whether you're going A for the close range gunfights or if you're going B for those long range battles. With sniper talents like Meralto and Zai on the board, and then even past that, Bolu and Tectonic. You throw Aerith in the mix, you've got Robalo in the mix as well. Like, I could realistically see a lot of B pushes coming through here for both sides.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see it. I think a lot of it's going to come down to Meralto's consistency. He has been pretty hit or miss throughout the weekend. When he's slaying out, he is dominating, and when he's not, the team definitely struggles as a result. I just think it's really difficult to chow both. I mean, just about everybody can carry a sniper on Team Aerith. Typically, you don't want to see that happen because that limits your utility and ability to take multiple gunfights, but just a lot of options and people that you got to keep an eye out for. Right now, we're just waiting for Bolu to get ready to up. He has had a phenomenal tournament. He and Robalo definitely both had breakout I won't really say breakout performances because Robalo's always been at the top, but definitely have been two of the players to watch and arguably MVPs. Looking over at Team Aerith, I feel like we haven't really had a large enough sample size for them to actually say who's been the MVP, because they just made a nice.
They didn't play it all yesterday.
Yeah, they didn't play it all yesterday. Nice smooth sailing throughout the winners bracket, and I don't think they played in the first two matches either. So we've seen the fewest matches for them so far throughout the weekend, and I mean, I'd say you could give it to just about anybody on the team at this point.
Well, do have Bolu reconnecting, so this is an opportunity to maybe get the game started here soon. And again, we're going to be looking at a search and destroy on Meltdown, and with the sniper talent that both of these teams bring to the table, I definitely could see a lot of focus on the B. But at the same time, you may be looking for one of those teams to be a little bit more strategic and take an A side push and try to take their opponents by surprise. So we'll see as we get ready to get into this. Again, we've kind of referred to him as a search and destroy legend for quite some time. And, you know, again, if he has a good hard point, he usually has a good search and destroy. I would say they had a pretty solid hard point, so could see him really running the lobby here on a Meltdown search.
Yep, we got Bolu readied up, so we should be good to hop in. Oh, and as he readies up, jokes to unreadies. That's the way things typically go in Call of Duty mode. Okay, go. Admin. There we go. Hopping in to game number 2.
Well, we are just waiting on Jokes to connect to the game, and we'll be hopping into the action, guys. There it is. And here we get ready to go, only seconds away from our search and destroy. This is a best of 5 chat, so no matter what happens here, you are at least going to get that domination, maybe more if Team Jokester are able to pull through with a good performance in the search, or even the dom that could push us into a game 4 yet.
Well, we got Jokes and Meralto here to defend on the B site, and it's an absolute full send. Some information right there is either the concussion or the nade landing for Meralto, and Jokes is feeling aggressive. He's going to find one underwear before he gets traded. Tectonic very, very low. He's going to sit back and wait for the regen to go through, and the bomb is now down. Tech going to get concussed there as well, and he's just not having a fun time here on generators, is waiting for his teammate to make the play. Aerith overlooking, Kilo in hand. Zai should still have sniper in hand. That he does. And he's got to win this one onto Bolu. Spots him out right there. Gonna go ahead and back up now that he's got the information, and gonna give some reinforcements to his team as he now knows he's got at least one player on the flank. They push all the way on up to the side and should be in a spot where they can at the very least pick up the bomb. Bolu still trying to make the flank play as Aerith able to get the plant. And Meralto looking for the jump shot. Not spotting anybody on top of generators, and Bolu's still trying to make the flank. Nobody watching, at least for the time being. I think Aerith definitely still has an inkling, and she's waiting for him to peek on through right there. but time's ticking, and Team Jokes has got to make a push right here. Bolu going to be in the position to make the play, and Tectonic's going to find the opener onto Meralto. It's Bolu all alone. 3 players drop like flies, and Team Aerith takes round 1.
Yeah, and I did mention that Team Aerith does look to be a little bit stronger of a search and destroy team, and so far, I mean, we're only a round in, right? Anything could happen. But they do come through with a strong round 1, and I really think Team Jokesta need to be planned to play towards that domination being the important one, because that was a fairly convincing opening round. You had 3 come through for Tech, 1 for Zai, and on the opposition, Jokesta was the only one to find a kill on his team. So definitely a little bit rough there, but have to see as things do start to continue on. We've got a long flank coming through from Bolu. You can see Aerith maybe has a thought on someone making that rotation, and oh no!
Wow.
Oh, she heard him drop. She heard him drop. But Bolu wins that fight.
That was that just didn't look like a fun experience for Jokes in what we saw. He was just getting, he was tagged up every time that he peeked anything and tried to get away. He wasn't able to do it. We do have another big kill coming in. Tech's gonna get taken out, and now into Wiru and Zai to make the plays, and they might actually try to make the wrap back toward A right here. Everybody in the mid map currently, and Zai also might be in position to take out Meralto there if he peeks the angle. I don't think he was going to be able to see the lasers. Zai's got a CBR to work with as well if he wants it. Laser is going to show through that window, and that might give Meralto the information to go ahead and back up right here. Rabalo's still lurking in boiler rooms. All right, now if you're Team Aerith, best move definitely going to be to go for the A plant and hope you can defend on the retake. Right now, Bolu seems to have an idea as he's lurking back toward the ramp right here, and concussion in hand, if he can get the information on the inside, might be able to make a big play. I don't think Zai's going to get hit by that one, and where he's lurking way out, Zai has no idea that players are pushing for both sides. Damage goes on through. Zai wins it anyway. There's absolutely no reason for him to win that gunfight, and now Wiru's in a place to clutch a 1v2. Meralto's on the wrap, up the ramp. Stairs in the back side. Wiru doesn't hear the audio cue for the defuse, and Meralto lurking all the way in. Timing should be here for Wiru, as I believe he gets the audio cue on the defuse. Played that perfectly, clutches the 1v2, and another big round goes in for Team Aerith.
That was a much better looking round, at least, for the side of Team Jokesta. So we're starting to see a little bit more life out of them here for this search. They obviously won 6-3 in their last search against Team Parka, so we know what they're capable of. And as we get rid of the push up here, again, a lot of B focus coming through. You see Jokesta is pushed up towards B alone. Tech probably going to pick up a free gunfight here. Does almost drop. Jokesta gets some good shots in, but with the challenge coming through for Rabalo there, we did have Bolu pick up the kill onto Zai. We're now looking at a 3v3. The bomb plant is coming through for Wiru. Actually in a good spot here. Oh, gets beamed by Wiru. Oh my goodness, what a hop up.
Well, Bolu gets the information with the concussion landing, but Aerith able to back up. Man advantage for her team, and she's waiting, but Bolu doesn't have the information. It should be an easy chow for Aerith, but she gets taken out by Meralto. He's making the hero plays right here. Tectonic playing boilers, or rather generators, and it's going to be Wiru taken out. The one burst from Meralto, he landed the headshots. Tectonic absolutely obliterated in a big round for Team Jokesta going in right there to bring us to 1-2. I would love to see a different approach for Jokesta, because every single time he has hopped up on generators and either gotten first blooded or found one kill and immediately traded. Would love to see him find some more value out of his life, and we do see him now making the play for the mid map right here, so definitely an opportunity to have a little bit more of an impact.
Yep, you are absolutely right. Still have 2 more rounds of the offense for the side of Team Aerith, but Wiru gets taken down by a stray frag grenade by Bolu. The first blood. Aerith now pushed up, looking for maybe that bomb plant for the team. Definitely playing a little bit cautious here, knowing that enemies are lurking around. Bolu's pushing up. Gonna find one against Tech, and that's gonna force Aerith off the bomb. Bolu finds another. Bolu might be looking for the ace here if he turns around, but Meralto gonna take that kill on Zai, and we're all tied up.
Yeah, the snipe's just not really landing for Zai right now. We've seen a lot of opportunities for him, but hasn't been able to convert. Aerith struggling a little bit more here in the S&D as she's yet to pick up a kill. Right now, I believe she's still rocking the kilo, so they're going to go ahead, full send, back to the B site, and really got to make sure you get those trophy systems down. Cannot afford to have a first blood go through as a result of just a random nade coming over top. Seems like more than anything, they're throwing out those those trophies very, very early, so none of them are actually getting placed on the actual bomb site. She's going to hold down mid right here, cooking the nade, seeing if she can find an angle. Bolu Chells only lands one bullet. That's going to back him up, and now she's going to look to play the head glitch, but nade's coming over top once again. Those far back trophy systems just not giving them nearly as much utility as they need, and she ego Chells all the way up and beats Bolu, takes out Roballo as well. She's bouncing back big time. She wants the boxing glove kill. Zai's the only one left as her team gets picked apart. Oh my gosh, an absolute disaster right there. She got a little bit too confident and ends up paying big time as going into the half. It's going to be Team Jokesta with the lead.
Enemy has dropped the bomb.
All right, well, Team Jokesta putting up some big numbers here for the search and destroy. Obviously, we saw it Roballo. I think actually, was this the map he put up 16 on?
It was, yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, right now not having that kind of performance. He is sitting at 2 and 4, but obviously kills across the board, looking really solid for both these teams. Let's see, we've got 8, 12, 11, 14, 16. So 4 more kills for the side of Team Jokesta right now, and as a result, they're able to come through with a round advantage. We're going to get dropped for first blood. Bomb plant comes through for Roballo. Now, this should, theoretically speaking, be a pretty easy defense for the side of Team Jokesta, who might be looking to guarantee us that round 4.
Right now, Aerith's team, man disadvantage once again. Looking for the retake, and Tech's barely going to win a gunfight, but does end up getting traded out. Zai just can't quite react in time. Jokesta drops him right there in the game. Definitely feeling like it's starting to slip out of their hands as multiple players underperforming. I think Zai, more than anything, we expect to have a bigger performance than this, especially given that every single gunfight that's happened has been over on the B site, and we've just seen him miss snipe after snipe. Eventually, you got to find a way to make an impact. Trophies go down. Hopes he can land a shot through the smoke, but now forced to back up, and first blood comes through once again. Meralto with the snipe onto Weru. Finally, Zai going to be able to take out Meralto, the equalizer, but whoa, make it 2 of them right there. Now it's Bolu, the only one remaining. He's got an SKS in hand. If he can get a one-tap to the head, can be just as lethal as that DLQ, and they're looking to wrap toward generators to see if they can get the information. He's not peeking anything that he doesn't need to. Tectonic going to hop up, but plays his life perfectly. And now Zai in position to get the kill right there. Kilo in hand, absolute beams. And a must-win round for Team Aerith goes through.
Bomb defused. Lost that round, but it's not over yet. Ready up.
That brings them 1 round closer right here.
Hard.
All good.
I leaned against my mute button again.
Oh,
But, yeah. I like the headset; it's comfortable and whatnot. But this was not a very well thought out chord. Yep. Well, Tectonic is currently leading the team of Aerith with 7 on board, tied up with Meralto actually of the side of Team Jokesta. So Meralto definitely having a bit of a run today. He surely wants some of that prize pool. He's looking to get his hands on a REDMAGIC. And, to do that, they've got Team Aerith in their way. They're already sitting down 1 from the Hardpoint, but, now as we get ready for, potentially a domination, it's just going to be a matter of, do we go into that dom tied up, or is it going to be a lead for the side of Team Aerith right now with another first blood on to Weru and a big switched up bomb plant over at A for the side of Team Jokesta. This is going to be a hard hill to break, especially down a player in an already 4v4 tournament, not a 5v5. So great execution out of Team Jokes. Zai gonna pick up one, but time is dwindling away. Less than 20 seconds to go.
Yeah,
Not a
there's
whole lot going on here. Oh, Tech.
Last man
Oh,
standing. Finish.
and right now it's
Tech
all on
wins that
Desire.
gunfight, maybe.
Yeah.
Nice work.
The was that a defuse that went in?
There's no defuse.
Oh, okay. Bomb just went off. I thought there was still a player alive, or maybe I was looking at the wrong player.
Zai got killed.
Okay, all right. Zai taken out right there. One round for Team Jokester to be able to tie things up, and like you mentioned, Meralto having a great performance. Been a little bit hit or miss this weekend, but he's been hitting here in the search and destroy. 8-3, and now looking to find somebody on the cross right here. Nade's gonna go on out, but nobody in position for them to be able to connect. Aerith, not quite as much success so far here in the search and destroy. The bomb is actually all alone in the hands of Jokesa over by the A site, while the entire rest of the team's over on B. Maybe trying to bait out a couple kills, and now he gets the information to make the push on through right here. Imagine trophy systems probably going down, smokes across, and Meralto, no surprise, finds the opening snipe onto Zai. Jokes does 1 HP, but he's going to be able to get the plant down anyway. Aerith in position to make the play, but it's Rabalo winning the gunfight once again. Now it's all on to Tech and Weru. Make it just Weru. Jokes are right around the corner, and Meralto watching the sniper's nest. He takes a beam to the face, but Weru's not going to have the read on the corner play from Jokesa, and that's going to be the kill to close things out. Team Jokesa once again looking strong in the search and destroy, and that ties us up at 1 game apiece.
Yeah, great performance out of Team Jokester there. Again, I've been cheering on Team Aerith for being the strongest search and destroy team, and here comes Team Jokester, absolutely proving me wrong there. So glad to see we're at least going to get a game 4 for this finals here, and hopefully we'll get a game 5. In all honesty, I'd love to see a game 5 for this event. The more 4v4 I get to see, and chat gets to see, I think the better understanding people are going to have for it, and
It's a draw. Stand down.
it should be an interesting remainder of the event, even if we're in the last series.
Yep. Pretty even across the board, but once again, Aerith just having a little bit of an off game. She definitely gave them everything they needed there in the first hard point. We'll see if she can bounce back here as we get ready to hop into the domination. And
Jokester with a hell of a performance, though.
Yeah.
8 kills on board. I mean, dang near top fragged for the lobby. The only one that beat him was Meralto. He's tied up with Tectonic, and he's got more kills than Bolu, Rabalo, Zai, and Weru. So
yeah, huge performance for him right there as he's got 3 plants on the board as well.
yeah,
We got
great game from Jokester.
Domination standoff coming up next. I'm expecting we'll see some SKS in play, as obviously controlling that mid lane is an absolute must, and the SKS is no question one of the best options for that. So we'll see if any come out. We'd actually seen Bolu rocking it a little bit in the search and destroy, and I think maybe in a respawn as well. Curious to see if he pulls it out. Outside of that, probably a whole lot of kilos. Just waiting on Bolu to ready up, and we'll be good for game number 3. And once again, chat, just a reminder, it's a best of 5. So at the very minimum, we will see another hard point, and depending on how things go, potentially another search and destroy. These two teams look very well matched, despite how lopsided the game of Hardpoint was to start. I don't anticipate that we're going to see that slow start out of Team Jokesa again, especially with Bolu and Rabalo starting to find a little more steam, and maybe Meralto some more confidence as well. Definitely looking like they can give Team Aerith a run.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely turning out to be a pretty spicy series. I would not have predicted Team Jokester to win the search and destroy there, but honestly, off of really just a great performance from Jokester himself, they were able to come through with another 6-3 win. And as we get ready to jump into a domination on standoff, this is another one of those staple COD mobile competitive maps that we really expect, pretty much everybody here to be completely comfortable with. So we'll have to see.
Looks like we got everybody readied up, so we're good to go for game number 3 of our grand finals matchup. It is going to be Team Aerith over on the C side See some of those SKSs already coming out. Obviously, we saw Zai rocking it for a little bit throughout the tournament as well. So, like we mentioned,
this is actually a good question, real quick, Bobby, that I am seeing in chat. Does Team Jokesta have to win a reset as well?
I guess they do. I
don't remember.
Ooh, nice nade from Zai off the start to take out Jokes at B. Do they have to win a bracket reset? No, it's just BO5. Okay. So there will not be a bracket. It is do or die for this one. Zai, as expected, trying to maintain that mid lane control. Jokesa gonna get picked again. Meralto's across, but Zai doesn't see him until it's a little bit too late. Now Meralto trying to peek that side angle. A hit marker gonna lower him way down and force to prone, back things up. Both teams really just working for map control right now. Is not worth it to overextend on that B just for your entire team to get wiped. And right now, especially with Tech pushing up, they're in a good spot, but Rabalo's going to be able to take him out. Big two-piece right there. Potentially looking to build some streaks, and if he can find Weir right here, could mean some really crucial map control. He's going to be able to do that, and right as it happens, we see Jokesta pushing up. Thought he might go for a little bit of progress, but you can see both teams still trying to maintain some of that high ground. We get Rabalo on the flank right there, and I believe only one kill off of a Pred.
Well, we are looking at a pretty... Oh man, that progress was coming through big for the side of Team Jokesta there, but it does get cleared out. I keep having a sneeze or a cough almost coming.
You're good.
It's starting to hurt.
Big clear for Bolu right there as he's able to take all of Team Aerith off of the flag. They're going to try to chow from top side, but he's going to be able to win that one as well, and now finds himself on a 4 spree. Jokes is going to go ahead and hop the flag and see if he can get some control. It's Zai still over on the other side, and Bolu going to be able to land the final shot. Sitting on a 5 spree right now, trying to build some streaks once again. I don't know if he can see names through that window or something else. Gonna be able to land the first couple of shots onto Weru, but the return fire is clean, and that's going to be Team Aerith taking B at least off the start.
Well, the B does come through. That's going to be Team Aerith starting to build up a little bit of a score lead. They're only sitting up a couple points right now. It's totally redeemable by the side of Jokesta. We obviously saw them have an even rougher start than this in the Dom earlier, and they were still able to make the comeback. Tech, making the rotation from behind, is going to take down Jokesta. Where with the Annihilator, going to take down Bolu. That should give them an opportunity to clear off some of this B progress if they can get moved up. Zai finds 2. Tech going to find 1 on Jokesta before getting taken down by Bolu. But we've got to get this B progress cleared out for the side of Team Aerith. You've got a B cap that was already at half, and now one person sitting on the hill is almost able to come through with the capture.
Wow.
Starting to get cleared out now.
Big plays for Aerith right there. A couple crucial gunfights and some progress wiped off of B. Rabalo's gonna ego challenge. He wins the gunfight with the death machine, but Tech's gonna be there for the trade. As expected, a couple of SKSs in play with Meralto pulling it out right now and waiting for his teammates to push up toward B. With that clear out of Grandma's, that should open up some opportunities, especially if they can get Zai out of top market. He's gonna drop, but it's Aerith right there. She's got a purifier. Weir's gonna challenge as well. They're able to clear off B, and if Aerith can get some big value, she's actually gonna get knocked off of that purifier. But they're able to take top Grandma's right here, and the SKS spray continues. Both players cleared out of top Grandma's. This Team Jokesta pushes for B once again, but getting later and later in the half, the more time you give up, the less you're able to get off of the B retake.
Well, we're kind of pinned down there. Is still alive, though, to maybe challenge another gunfight. Jokesta only got 3 on board for this one, but you can see he's trying to help his team get that pressure onto B, and the cap just barely doesn't come through. Aerith gonna absolutely save the point. Zai comes through with 2 of his own, and now we've got that progress getting cleared out once again. This has been a great round for the side of Team Aerith. They're going to go into the second half with a 34-point lead, And man, what more can you ask for out of team captain Aerith there, coming through with the clutch play there at the end, keeping the gap as far in control as possible.
And that's the second time that she's done that. We saw her do that early on as well, ego chelling, I believe, Meralto out of top blue. And just beautiful, beautiful shots out of her. And definitely some things that might not necessarily show up in the scoreboard, but 100% having a huge impact. And obviously her going positive, a pretty big bonus for the team as well. She's going to push out, actually takes out Jokes around the corner. Was not in a position that seemed like it was going to be realistic to win a gunfight, but big plays for her, and it's going to be Weru taken out right there by Jokesta. Seems like he's starting to heat up a little bit more in the second half as well, but he's fed a lot of kills over to the side of Team Aerith. Right now, they need him to pick up the pace.
Well, Jokesta going to stop the B progress that was coming through, but he gets taken down by Zai. Aerith finds another big two-piece that might give the team some opportunity to get on up on the B flag here. You can see Zai here getting some of that progress. Weru starting to push up as well. Aerith looking for the rotation, takes down Jokesta again. That B cap is almost there for the side of Team Aerith. And right now, Aerith is leading the lobby in kills. Actually, Bolu picks up a kill, gets 20 on board, but Aerith's right there for one of her own. This is an intense second half.
Yeah, she has looked amazing in the respawn so far today. Obviously, leading the lobby in the first respawn that we watched as well. Bolu's in the top side trying to do everything that he can to keep B clear, but two players going to drop once again, and that's going to leave B wide open, especially with the Purifier going to waste. Actually, I believe both teams trading out Purifiers, so not much of a loss for either one. Only a second needed right now if you want to see B go through if your Team Aerith. We see some of the progress getting wiped off. Bolu does have an Annihilator in play. Misses a couple shots, though, and probably wishing he could have those back. It's Jokesta pushing up, but immediately wiped off, and now Weru in position to get progress, and they're pretty content to just hold AC, knowing that they've got the lead, and knowing they can probably bait a lot of kills with Team Jokesta trying so hard to get this B flag back.
Yo, Weru's on the point. The B flag is capped. We're not quite triple cap territory, but we're getting very, very close here, Bobby. The C does maintain for the side of Team Jokesta, but unfortunately Meralto is unable to get the A flip for the team. No shot. Jokesta's actually throwing a throwing axe right now.
I mean, I know that he loves his tomahawk. I'm not going to say... I'm so surprised to see he's picked up... He's already more than doubled his kills here in the second half. And he's pulling out a class with a tomahawk and a 4x kilo once again. I thought the 4x kilo was just to troll in the search and destroy it, but apparently it's for all game modes. I cannot believe he actually got a kill right there, but bravo. You are the better gunsman than I. Tectonic going to be there for the trade. The mid-map still staying relatively clear. Sparrow going to be eliminated as Meralto tries to hop down. And now Tech...
Clearly he heard us.
Yeah.
He's got a frag grenade now. He's got a kilo with with the demon song on. I mean, I don't understand on a standoff Dom why you'd ever be running a class that didn't have like an explosive capability for B, but you know, more power to him. But we're into triple cap territory at this point. And not only triple cap territory, but I think we're at a point where the time is going to be a factor because B went uncapped for so long. So I don't even think with a triple cap, Team Jokesta can recover a 54-point deficit right now.
Yeah, with only, 67 seconds to work with, they would have to pull off an absolute miracle, and it doesn't look like Team Aerith is planning on slowing down anytime soon. Where is going to be able to win that gunfight, finds Meralto over at Broken Wall as well. They're still looking to wrap through Grandma's, but they have just completely locked down that courtyard area and made it so difficult to get through there by any means. Up in the top side, it's going to be Aerith once again. She has been just an absolute monster for her team. A 1.5 KD in this one, and the Purifier out, likely going to mean some more kills for her. It's going to be Bolu dropping. Jokesta's on the other side of this wall. He has no idea what's coming at him. Hunter Killer ready to go. and she wants that MVP as she leads her team in both the hardpoint and the domination, and a huge performance out of her is going to put them at a 2-1 lead.
I don't think it should be any surprise here that Team Aerith had a little bit of an edge in this event. And, you know, they haven't won yet. Team Jokester absolutely could come through. But I think overall, with the talent that was in the pool and the team that she got drafted, you look at the team captains that we had, and in my opinion, Aerith is by far the most skilled team captain in COD Mobile, at least for the REDMAGIC event here for content creators. So I feel like that's definitely been a strong suit. We've seen her have her struggle games, but we've also seen her have the best performance of all of the captains pretty regularly. So coming through top fragging for the lobby with 32 kills on board, Zai with 31, We're with 30, Tech coming through with 28. We look over at the opposition, and we had some respectable numbers put up, with Bolu having 27, Moralto and Ravallo each having 23. Jokester did put up 14, which, I mean, again, you look at the raid earlier, abysmal, just terrible first half for him, and really stepped up in the second half. And you can say the exact same about this matchup here. I think he had, what, 3 kills at the half, and you know, he ends with 14. So definitely stepped things up in the second half, but unfortunately it was just a little too late. And again, I'm in no way, shape, or form in a tournament where you're in the grand finals for a you know, a $2,000 prize for your team, would I ever expect someone to have a tomahawk out on a standoff dom. But does seem like he maybe heard us and switched over to class with a frag. So
yeah. Next up is going to be Hardpoint Crossfire, which is another map with just a lot of long angles, and even with all the long angles, most of the hardpoints are pretty packed in. Typically, you're going to have 1 or 2 players controlling those long angles, but the people fighting for the hardpoint going to need to be quick on their feet. So we'll see if Team Jokester can bounce back and keep their hopes alive. We're already loaded into the game right here, so we'll see what they can do. I'm expecting probably a switch away from the CBR and back to the Kilo, as right now it seems to be the best long-range option in Call of Duty Mobile outside of maybe arguably the SKS. And is that a 3 times Holger? Am I seeing that right? And the Tomahawk?
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Turned on right there. He had first shot by like a second and a half, and Zai still turns the kills. I would imagine after that, probably gonna switch away from the 3 times Holger. That's just such a. It's not even like it's a meta gun that you're throwing it 3 times on it. It's just freaking Holger.
Listen, this looks like a Warzone class, okay? Like, that is the reality of what's happening right now. But does make, well, attempts to make the hop up, but Zai gonna find a 2 in the feed. Moralto and Ravallo each picking up 1, but it is all control of the hill right now for the side of Team Aerith. They've already got 30 on board. Doesn't look like they have any real contest for losing out on this trickle time. And not only that, it don't even matter if they lose the point here. Look where the positioning of the team is. Look where the respawns come through. They are here, ready to go for P2. Zai gonna beam Jokester off the rip, and you know, Jokester actually gets a pretty favorable respawn here, all things considered. So nobody playing deep anchor for the side of Team Aerith. Moralto gonna open up with 1 on to Zai, and Zai is actually gonna spawn mid. Tech finds 1, Wiru finds another, but Moralto gonna take Tech down, and now Tech spawning out. This is a big opportunity for Team Jokester to potentially get the retake here. Jokester, my dude, put down the Holger, my dude.
I assume that was gonna be like a 1 life type of weapon, you know? Like, okay, we'll pull it out 1 life, see if we can get any kills. No kills, okay, we'll put it away. He actually does push in and gets a kill right there, but he gets traded out immediately, and right now there is nobody on the hard point.
The CBR.
And that's a little bit more expected. Couple big kills come through, an opportunity to pick up 20 seconds of scrap time, but with the way the gap has formed, you got to think Team Jokesa needs to get on the ball with the early rotations, and it's all on to Bolu to win some crucial gunfights right here. That is a huge two-piece. Tech's the only person in place, and he's gonna get taken out as well. It's Bolu trying to single-handedly save the game for Team Jokesa right here. He's got one more player in position to contest. It's gonna be Tectonic, and he doesn't know that he's behind. Tech making the hero play. He's able to find one, and his team, just like that, gonna be in control of P3.
Well, a 40-point lead for the side of Team Aerith, and they're looking to extend it here onto this P3, Bobby. And, well, they've certainly got a big opportunity to. Zai with the Sparrow out is going to find one. Aerith was able to pick up three. Zai, right before he falls, is able to find the trade onto Meralto. Jokesta almost walks into a grab vortex there, but it doesn't matter. Zai's there for the frag anyway for Team Aerith. Now get rid of the cross into the 100-point mark, and this might be the last game of the Red Magic 7 COD Mobile Clash, Bobby, as Team Aerith are looking to close this one out convincingly in this Crossfire Hardpoint.
I mean, Aerith figured out the perfect place to pull out the Purifier right there. Just nobody gonna have any type of shot at winning a gunfight, especially when you're pre-firing those angles. And she's sitting on 12, no surprise, close to leading the lobby once again. Meralto and Bolu doing everything they can to keep their team in this, but those close rotations, those close battles that you need to win, Tectonic's there to play spoiler, and right now they're in position with the rotations again. Zai absolutely slaying with that SKS. We expected there was a chance that was going to dominate on this map, and it looks like they're not going to let it go to a P5. Nowhere close to pushing in is Team Jokesa. He's going to look to make his way through, but even if he finds a kill, there's another waiting. Hunter killer to the face. And that is a dominant Game 4 win to secure the victory for Team Aerith.
Team Aerith going to walk away with the 3-1 victory. And, you know, Chad, I don't like to brag about it, but I've been saying this literally for the past week and a half, that Team Aerith was stacked with, you know, how good of a captain talent that they were able to bring to the table. And sure enough, came through and proved it here today. I know yesterday we were talking a bit about Raballo potentially being an MVP candidate for the event, but if there's anything COD Mobile has taught me, Grand Finals Day carries a lot more weight, and I almost got to say I feel like there's a good argument that Zai could potentially be the MVP here. He had just really consistent performances all weekend long and came through top fragging or close to top frag for pretty much every game of this series. And the last one, for that matter.
All right. Well, that was, I mean, really solid performance for Bolu and Meralto right there. But it was pretty evident from the first hardpoint that Team Aerith was at the very least going to have an advantage in this matchup. Very impressive search and destroy out of Team Jokesa, but it just was not quite enough. As Team Aerith runs the respawns, every single player goes positive. Their team captain going 12-7 with 1:20 on the hill. And I would say she absolutely deserved to get the win right here. I see people in chat saying unfair tournament. There is absolutely no question that Aerith put in more practice on the Red Magic than any one of these team captains, and it paid off. There's just no question about it. So you got to give credit to her teammates, but she was the most consistently either going positive or close to MVP out of any of the team captains. And huge congratulations to her and her team, as each and every one of them is going to be going home with a Red Magic.
Absolutely indeed. And not only are they heading home with the Red Magic, but they're also going to split a $2,000 first place prize pool between the teams. So, you know, not a bad haul for a couple hours, a couple days apiece for for playing COD Mobile, right? So definitely not bad. I mean, if you think about the time commitment that they have into this event, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got, you know, they didn't play yesterday. First of all, they didn't even have to play yesterday. So you've got like 2 hours that you put in on Friday. You've got, you know, 2 hours that you put in here today. That's some good money for a weekend event for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Big congrats to them. Just FYI, everybody, the giveaway winners will be announced on the Red Magic website So stay tuned on their social media for updates on the giveaways. For those of you who didn't know, there is a giveaway for a free, or actually maybe multiple free Red Magics. I'm not 100% sure on the details of that. And another reminder, we do still have the early bird discount going on all the way out till the 10th of March. So if you want to get a good deal on your new Red Magic 7, make sure to click the link at the top of the description if you're on YouTube, or at the pinned comment if you're in Trovo Chat. But that is going to wrap up the action. I'm probably going to do a little bit of a watch party for the CDL games, as it is Championship Sunday. So if you guys would like to hang over on Trovo, we will still be live over there, but that's going to be it for the stream. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Day, for casting with me. Thank you to our players for your fantastic effort and your performances throughout the weekend. Thanks to Red Magic for hosting the event. It was a blast to watch, and definitely hoping to see more like this in the future. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, like, subscribe, follow, and we'll see you guys in the next one.